Hello, good morning. Welcome to Bob Select Network. This is where electronics is being made simple. This project you have here comprising of this guy, and this guy, as well as the control panel, is an MMS-based digital security system. This digital security system, what it does is, during the event of intrusions, let's say in a facility where you want nobody to gain access to the facility except with authority. Whenever there is an intrusion into the facility, what this project does is that it captures the image of the intruder or whatever the intrusion is, composes an MMS of the intrusion, and sends it to the owner of the project. And how does this project do this? This project does this by this guy. This guy is a motion sensor. It's a PIR-based motion sensor. By PIR, I mean passive infrared motion sensor. What it does is that whenever any object cuts across its path, the transmitter sends the reflection of the intruder sends back a signal to the receiver of this guy. And what it does is that it carries the received message into the microcontroller, and it does this via this cable here. This cable comes as an input sensor to the microcontroller. When it sends the intrusion message to the microcontroller, what it does is that it controls this phone by using this relays and these transistors. What it does is that in the control, using this phone, this is a multimedia message phone, Express Music, offline, normal Nokia Express Music. This relay controls the functioning of this project, and in doing that, it takes the picture of an intruder, composes an MMS of the intruder, and sends it via MMS to a receiver. And the receiver of this project, the receiver of this message is configured to be the owner of the facility. And how does it do this? The phone has a camera. It takes the picture of the intruder from the camera, it composes an MMS message, sends it to the owner of the phone. So, and this project consists basically of the microcontroller unit. This guy is the heart of this project. The working of the project is controlled by the microcontroller unit. This guy is the heart of this project. The microcontroller unit is an 8051 microcontroller, and the function of this project is controlled by the C programming language that sets commands that controls the functioning of the project. This microcontroller unit itself cannot work without an external oscillator. And what is this external oscillator? The external oscillator consists of this crystal oscillator. The crystal oscillator is an 11.0592 megahertz crystal, and the crystal oscillator unit comprises of this crystal and these two capacitors. These are 22 picofarad capacitors. In conjunction with these two, this crystal and these two capacitors, it forms an external oscillator required for the operation of this microcontroller. It is the external oscillator that runs this microcontroller round and round, because in the working of this microcontroller, it simply goes round and round and round, scanning its internal and external outputs. So, aside this microcontroller, interface to the microcontroller is the LCD unit. This LCD is the liquid crystal display. This is it, the liquid crystal display unit. It is interfaced to this microcontroller. And what does it do? This helps to give the user information about the project. It tells you what is happening internally to the project. It gives you general information about the project. And it is controlled by the microcontroller. This is the power. This 3 cable here, it supplies the power to the microcontroller and the contrast to the microcontroller. This variable resistor is used to adjust the contrast of the LCD display. Okay, then now we'll move to the power supply unit. The microcontroller requires 5 volts for this operation, and the power supply gives off a 12 volts input. We take 12 volts input because there are some other components in this project that uses 12 volts, like the relays. The relays are controlled by 12 volts, while we need another 12 volt input to the phone charger. Okay, this diode 1, 2, 3, 4. This capacitor and this capacitor comprises of the power supply unit. This diode is configured as a bridge rectifier circuit that converts the AC input or whatever signal input to a pure DC. This capacitor filters the input signal to give us a smooth signal. Then the output of this 12 volts is fed to this guy and this guy. This is a 5-volt regulator that is used to supply the microcontroller and the LCD. This guy is a regulator, 7805 regulator, that steps down the 5-volt input, the 12-volt input that is supplied to it to give us a constant 5-volt input required by the microcontroller and the LCD. Okay, this other power supply unit is designed around LM338. This is it. LM338 is the power supply unit here. It gives off the high current power supply required for the charging of the phone in case we need to charge the phone. So this guy steps down the 5-volt, the 12-volt power supply from the power supply unit. This guy to a 5-volt required to charge the phone. This guy charges the phone. Okay. Okay. On this other side, we have the relay interface units. These are pull-up resistors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are pull-up resistors for the inputs of this the relays. So what it does is that whenever it senses this, these are relay drivers. These transistors 1, 2, 3. These are DC548 transistors. They are used to amplify the current coming from the microcontroller to the input. We are using this guy to pull up currents that is required for the inputs of this the relay driver unit. The relay driver, as I said earlier, is simply a current amplifier which is designed around these transistors, so that they will amplify the current coming out of the microcontroller, so that they can easily switch the relays. This controls the switching function of the phone. This is what controls the working of the phone. The idea behind using this relay is like the normal phone we have, like you press buttons on the phone. So instead of using your hand to press the button, I'm now using this microcontroller to control the switching of this relay using the switching of the phone using the relay, just like you press the phone with your hand manually. Okay, coming to this side, this is the transistor that drives the buzzer. This transistor drives the buzzer. What does it do? It helps amplify the signal coming from the microcontroller, so that I have a very high pitch noise or very loud sound coming from the buzzer. Okay. On this other hand, this switch is interfaced to the microcontroller. And what do you use this switch to use? I use this switch to switch on or off the phone whenever you desire. You can use this switch to switch on the phone or switch it off. And it's advisable to switch off the phone whenever the project is not operational. This is the power supply switch of the phone. This is what you use to power the phone. And what more can I say? This is just the interface to the phone. This one to the LCD. This to the power supply and contrast of the LCD. This to the switching of the phone. This to the power supply of the phone. And that's all for the operation of the project. Okay, I'm placing this guy here so I can capture intrusions coming from this side. Any intrusion coming from here, it captures it, and we'll see how it does that. Then I place this guy here to also monitor intrusions. I'm placing this guy here to also monitor intrusion coming from the door. Okay, this is the motion sensor unit. It monitors any intrusion coming from this place, any intrusion coming from towards the side. This is the phone that will help capture the image of the intruder. This is the project. This is the power supply of the project. I'm connecting it to the power supply. And to power up this project, I'm powering it up. Okay, the project is on. Hold on, sorry. Okay. Okay. Project is on. It's telling you this is a multimedia based message. This is a display, scrolling message display to give you, telling you about the project, telling you what the project is. The security system, as you can see. And then after doing this, it tells you scanning. And what it's telling you is that now it has started scanning. Okay. Okay, it's already capturing my hand. And what does it do now? It's telling you, you can hear the buzzer sound. And what is it doing now? As you can see, it's telling you that there's an intrusion. Okay, look at the phone now. It's already trying to capture the image. I'm powering up the project. This is what it's telling you. Please wait, welcome. It's telling you this is a GSM base, blah blah blah. It's telling you what the project is about. Okay.
MS-based security system.
Okay. System. Okay. After this, tell you scanning. Okay, you can see scanning now. There we go, bingo. Then it's scanning, now it's scanning for intruder. Intruder. Okay, I'm going towards the door. Going towards the door, I'm an intruder. Captured here as an intruder. Okay. Okay. That's the phone composing the MMS. MMS composing the MMS. Okay, it's composing the MMS. This is the project. This is the phone, the multimedia phone pointing towards the intruder side. The intruder coming from that door is expected to capture it. So this is the motion sensor. It's positioned to capture an intruder coming from that way. Okay, this is the power supply connected. Then I power up my project now. Okay, telling you welcome. Please wait. It's now telling you what the project is about. It's saying this is a GSM based multimedia MMS based security system. That's what it's saying here. Just giving an insight of what the project is all about. So there's the boozer. So on doing this now, after display, it now show you scanning, and this scanning is telling you that now it has started scanning for any intrusion. Okay, now let me act as an intruder. Okay, now I'm an intruder now. It has captured. You can hear the sound. I started boozing the sound. Okay, look at what the project is doing now. Okay, it has captured. As you can see, it has captured the image of the intruder. It's composing the MMS of the intruder and it's sending it. Composing on MMS. Okay, it's preparing to send the MMS. It's sending message. Okay, preparing to send the MMS. Okay, as you can see, it's sending the MMS right now. And this is a phone. This is where we are expecting the MMS. This is another phone. We're expecting to get the MMS from this on this phone. Okay, as it is now, it's still sending the MMS. Waiting for the MMS to arrive. The MMS, as you can see, the message index here is blinking. Okay. You can see the message index here is blinking. We're waiting for the MMS. There's 15 naira. Okay. Look at what it's saying here. It's saying, dear customer, your last MMS to this phone number is 15 naira. Okay, the MMS has arrived. MMS has arrived here now. Look at this guy. Bring it here. That is saying, hey, sorry. Look at the message you have here. MMS here. Unlock this phone. Unlock this phone.